Majmu Noorayni Mbour. We are joined here today to talk about a very fascinating Sufi order from West Africa, Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba. And we are talking about a very important topic, which is, if not the only mission of Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, the revivification of Islam. So before we start the show, I would like to wish long and healthy life to our Khalif, Sheikh Muhammad Muntaha Mbacké. May he live thousands of years. May he celebrate this day, this Magal with us for decades and decades to come, inshallah. So before we start the very show, I would like to give the floor to my brother Musa Sow for his introduction. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. My name is Musa Sow. I'm an English teacher from Mbour. So it's a great honor to be here today in front of you, Mouridiyyah TV. I think them a lot. So I'm so grateful also to be faced of these masters, Mr. Seydou and Mr.
Sheikh Sen.
So really, I'm very happy for you. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. Brother Sen from Hizbut-Tarqiyyah. He's sent by my brother Papa Hassan Diouf, who couldn't make it, unfortunately. Okay. But we have the lucky to have you today here with us.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I have to thanks to you because it is not easy to be here. For those who don't know me, my name is Cheikh Sen. I'm a member of Hizbut-Tarqiyyah. I'm from Bombay. I'm a student at Cheikh Anta Diop University at Master 2 Studies in British Studies and Commonwealth. It is a real pleasure for me to be here in front of everyone to try to express to people what I really know about Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba and what is his mission on earth. I'm very proud.
Time, we're going straight to the first question, which is about the person of Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba. We know he is a Sufi order. He is the founder of Mouridism. He is a son of Mamour Anta Sali, son of Mam Diara, all this. But what particular thing should people know today about Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, who Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba really was?
Thank you for this question. So it's a great pleasure to answer this question. Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, his real name Muhammad ibn Habibullah, was born in 1853 in a small village called Mbacké Bawal. His father, as you said, Mam Anta Sali Mbacké, also was a respected scholar in Islam. His mother, Jaratullah Mariama Bousso, was pious, chaste and faithful, and submissive to her Lord. And she prayed often, fasted during Ramadan, his mother. And Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba started very early, also in his childhood, worshiping God. When he heard Mam Diara Bousso saying that the pious people, stay during the night, praying, worshiping the Lord.
Definitely.
And so started, meditating, praying. So that we call, so this is a wonderful thing. Another thing is Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba was also somebody who focused on, knowledge. Because his father was a teacher, his father was a lawyer, and so he helped his father in the Daara also, and so he has shown in all the Islamic disciplines like jurisprudence, like grammar, like theology, like Sufism, all this kind of variety of Islamic, knowledges. That's the reason why his father has chosen him as a teacher in the Daara, because he was bright, he was very very clever also, and also he was different with the person that who shared with him in the Daara, because we noticed that, or they noticed that every day he was the first who mastered his lessons before anyone. Okay, I can say a little bit.
Mashallah, mashallah. This is a great. Bismillah, bismillah.
Add about the question you just asked to my dear brother Musa. Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, at a very early level, he used to produce poems.
Yeah.
He was inspired from Al-Sanusi, and from the poem of Al-Sanusi, he remake a poem he called Mawahibul Quddus. Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, when he was a child, whenever her mother buried him in her back, whenever she's going in some kind of festivity that are not part of Islam, he used to cry until her mother go back to home. It is some kind of sign he have at a very early age, and this is possible thanks to the way he was chosen as the heir of the Prophet Muhammad.
Johor Nafis from Lahdari, and also he focused on the to well bring the disciple, how to well bring the disciple.
Inshallah.
And
Inshallah.
I think soon we're going to be deeply about discussing question.
No problem. We will definitely. And as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show, we are here to talk about the mission of Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba in the revivification of Islam. We can talk about the revivification of Islam with the Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba without talking about Mouridism. How was Mouridism founded?
You have asked a very remarkable, a very important question. Mouridism, as everybody know it, is a way that goes toward Allah. Before the advent of the Mouridism, there was many ways. There was Tijaniya, there was Al-Hadriya, but when Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba came, he was born in Hadriya. Her father was from the Hadriya Tariqa. But when he came, he said that I have to add something that will be new, something that will lead person directly to Allah. He stopped to teaching people only, but he tried to teach them how to be close to God.
Of course.
Because when we remind, when he was in Bakeball, when he received the mission, what the Prophet had said to him, stop to teach your peace to your condisciple, but try to teach to them how they can be close to God, how they can worship their God, how they can focus on the unicity of God. It is where really start the mission.
Okay.
At the time, there was what we call the pain,
The pain.
because our traditional chef, they was close with the colonial power. They try to judge to judge the sheikh in a way that they said that the sheikh was preparing some kind of jihad. He is fighting against your powers.
Of course.
What he is doing was not Islam.
Okay.
What he is doing is apart from Islam. He is trying to force to you to destroy your power. It is really where the sheikh start her mission.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, as you said just now, when the Prophet, peace be upon him, appears unto him and told him that, Rabbi ashabaka bil himmati, wala turabbi bil darsi faqat. Guide your disciple on the way of, well-being to well-being the soul, to make the soul, very, very clear. That's the reason why he said, whoever come here for studying only, you can go.
Yes.
Whoever want to go with me to God, come with me, so we'll go to God. And so he start, to make the way of the Mouridism. And there are a few disciples who were with them. So he said, Idil Muridu la yuridu abada ayrida rahman khaysu khasada. He said a Murid is somebody who inspire only, the face of God, about God. And a Murid is somebody who let everything except his Lord or his marble.
And did the mission of Sheikh
from this I can add that
I would like to further a bit. Did his mission start before or after the creation of the foundation of Mouridism?
His mission start when the Prophet told him Rabbi ashaga bil himmati wa rabbi bidarsi faqat. And when he asked for God the Almighty, I want to have a status of the Badr, is where the mission start. And they told him that the thing that give you this status or these things has passed away, but you can have it. About jihad nafs. He say, if ever my soul can stand it for, I can achieve it, or I can have it. And that's where he start. When they get him from Touba, they send him out from Touba. It was during the exile, the first steps of the exile.
Mashallah. You mentioned earlier in your previous answer the colonizers.
Yes.
The role they played, their place here in Africa, in Senegal, to affect our civilization, our religion, our way of living. How did the colonizers affect Islam in Africa and Mouridism in Senegal?
Yes, you ask also a very important question. The colonizer, as you know it, the colonial powers, when they come, they first succeed to eradicate the sheikh who was there. When they succeeded it, they try to impose their culture, their religion. They come in our school, they bring their language, that is French, Dutch, and other languages. They impose this language to the community. They also try to impose their values, like the way this man is wearing was not the same when before the colonizers come, because at this time they used to the communities people they used to wear, you know, where they said bailat or some kind of others bubu, like the chaya and other bubus. But when they come, they impose their values, their religion, their faith, and they try to fight against Islam by capturing the sheikh that was there, by trying to change even the name of our street. They have changed it. When you go in Saint Louis, there is a street which is named a street of Federb. In Dakar, how many streets are named with the name
schools,
of the, the
streets,
the shoes we are wearing,
for sure.
And even they impose a system, a colonial system that will fight against Islam. It is where they have succeeded.
And so what I have to add is the first step that I have put is establishing here in Africa their teaching, their school, their culture, their civilization. Like because they know that the disciple or the Muslim has already learned the Holy Quran, and they cannot put out the Holy Quran from their heart, and they say that I'm going to change their behavior, I'm going to change their culture, and they try to evangelize the people who are here.
Despite the colonizers' effort to bring down what Sheikh Ahmad Bamba was working for, or other people were working for, it is important to note that Sheikh Ahmad Bamba was not the only fighter, was not the only one who fought for Islam. But we see his way succeeded compared to others. What made him different from the other fighters that earned him the success today?
A very important question. So the main point that has adopted was the non-violence attitude, the non-violence.
Jihad of the pen.
Yes, jihad of the pen. He said in his writings, "Inni ujahadu bil ulumi wat tuqa." I'm waging my jihad, my jihad on the face of God. In the knowledge and the faith of God, the Almighty. That's the reason why his jihad was understood by the French colonizers. For example, Merlin, for some reason, he said, Merlin, the colonizers had to crack down on the Muslim leaders. You say Merlin, who was an acting governor at the time, certainly understood that the cleric was not, the cleric Sheikh Bamba was not a man of violence, because has taken any violence. Even when the French colonizers, how can I say, said that this Marabout, is trying to prepare a war against us. When some people who are in Senegal go and claim that this Marabout is preparing a war against you, but when they found out this person was a non-violent man, they do actively.
Mashallah. What would have become Sheikh Ahmad Bamba without his indefectible disciples, such as Sheikh Ibrahim Fall? What role did the companions of the Sheikh play in the establishment of Murid?
The role the companions of the Sheikh play in Mouridism, they play a role that I can say that without them, the Sheikh cannot achieve his mission.
That was essential, was fundamental.
Essential on the mission of Sheikh. Because when you see Mam Cherno, when the Sheikh, Mam Sheikh Anta, when the Sheikh was going into jihad, he left to him a family.
His family.
He occupied of the family of the Sheikh. You can see also a very remarkable work Mam Sheikh Ibrahim Fall was doing in this in this way. Everything we are doing today, we are inspired from Mam Sheikh Ibrahim Fall.
Definitely. Mam Sheikh Fall taught us how to become a Taliban.
How to become a Taliban, how to behave,
And because
How to walk.
when he came, he found out that the disciple who were with the Sheikh was sitting him in the same on the same bed, eating
The
in
same sofa.
in the same bowl, sharing in the same
There was-
place, something like this. And he said it's not normal that this Sheikh you share with him in the same bowl. Or the
Mashallah.
same
All we have to say is Jaramam Sharaf.
Jaram-
Jaram
Jaram-
Fall, he
Mashallah.
bring what we say nahju.
And
How to be,
Mbacke
how
was
to
the wealth man.
behave.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
He bring in the life of us. He teach to us how to behave or talibi. You have to honor your guide, to know that he is in front of you like a mirror.
Yeah.
Someone who is teaching you how to praise God, how to do good deeds.
And if you go to how can I say his books, Hizbul Murid, he has written like a marabout is like a sun, and his disciples are like stars. When the sun appears, you will no longer see the stars.
The start they
Really
disappear.
They disappear.
They disappear.
Yes, they are
Sure.
very important
Mashallah.
role
Yeah.
Mashallah.
on the mission of Sheikh Ahmad.
So, Mam Sheikh Arafal, we earn him today
Yeah.
thousands of thanks, millions of
Okay.
thanks, endless thanks, limitless. If
Yeah.
today Murid still survives
survives,
after after more than 90 years
90
after the
years.
death of Sheikh Hadib, Muridism is still here. It still rises. What was the secret of Murid community, or what did Sheikh Ahmad Bamba leave us behind? What was his legacy that help us keep the flag on, that help us keep Murid rising today?
Yes, thank you very much. A very important question. So first of all, the first thing that Sheikh Bamba has seed in our head is to love each other. Mahabba. Mahabba bainal iqwa. To love each other. To consider your partner, better than you. In any case. That thing, and the salvation. And working hard like Hidma. Hidma. Working for the sake of God without, interesting anything back. You see, and also, how can I say, the Murid community, the fact they gathered in a place like Daara, and so they teach the writing of the Sheikh, and they learn from this many things. Even his writings has played an important role about
Yes, really.
because when you read the Qasaid of Sheikh Bamba, the mysterious action, the light comes from the writings, purify your hearts, and we love one another.
Really,
Yes.
really.
Anything to add?
I can add something.
Sure, go ahead.
I can add when you last
Yeah.
the writing of Sheikh Ahmad Bamba.
And pose prière quoi.
أشهد أن لا اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت سيدنا محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعث اللهم المقام المحمود الذي وعدته إنك لا تخلف الميعاد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
صلاة الذي في كل سهر وفي سفر هماني هلا ماهن ما الأبس والسفر. صلاة الذي في كل سهر وفي سفر هماني هلا ماهن ما الأبس والسفر.
Assalamu alaikum again. Welcome back to the show. And as I said earlier, we are today here talking about the mission of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba in the revivification of Islam in Senegal, in Africa, and around the world. I have two great personalities, my Jawrin Moussa Sow and Jawrin Cheikh Sen from Hizbut-Tarqiyyah. So we'll be back after this announcement.
صلاة الذي في كل سهر وفي سفر هماني هلا ماهن ما الأبس والسفر.
ñu ngi fii ci Touba Mbacké fas yéene teertu gan yi ci Magal gi.
Orange daal toujours nekk na day bette xew la tey moom gëm naa ko bu baax.
tey bi may xëy de yaakaaruma woon ne ku bokk Orange sax dana ma xool tey ñu indil ma lii.
musuñu ko arnaque benn yoon.
ndeysaan
moo gën a gaaw gën a wóor.
ndeysaan
Orange mooy daal ca kaw ca kanam.
borom kër nag silmaxa la yàlla bu la tëjalee buntu bi ubbil la bee.
sëñ Touba rek leen Touba yi ñun amuñu seen fay yàlla na sëñ Touba fay.
lii di tax ma fen amul fi ma naqar. macha allah ko si am amoon naa si xaalis boo xam ne nekk na sama juróom-ñaari at yoo xam ne sama carte Orange moo la nekk te xamu woon na sama carte. ngeen jëf li ma am ak at yi ma am. yàlla na ngeen ko am ba am lu ko.
Magalug jàmm ak kalpe bi gën a xéwale.
Orange Money. salaatu allazi fi kulli sayrin wa fi safar hamani hala mahin mal absa wa safar.
Thank you very much, viewers of Mouridiyyah TV around the world in Senegal. And we are here today in Touba, and I am very pleased today, as I said, to have my two brothers and two Jawrin from Daara Hasida, Jawrin Moussa Sow and Jawrin Cheikh Sen from Hizbut-Tarqiyyah. I would like to take this moment to thank the viewers of Mouridiyyah and all the people who join us in Touba for the celebration of the Grand Magal. And our topic, as you know, is about the mission of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, which is it can be summed up as mission of revivification of Islam, and that's what we are talking about today. Unfortunately, we are reaching the end of our show, and I have two more questions for my guests before we say goodbye. We talked about the role of the companions and what they left behind us. And today, even if we are not a companion of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, even if we did not live the same time with Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, we are part of the mission as Murid in general, and as Muslims in general, and as Murid in particular. Today, what should be our part? What should be the part of all Murids in this mission? How our being Murid should affect and help perpetuate the mission of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba?
Thank you very much for this question. So it is a very important question because I ever you to say that the mission of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba is universal. It's not only for black people, because he said in his writings, "Ya ahla barri ya ahla barri rajuli barri basai lakin unadi kull al biladi." I'm calling all the worlds, those who live after the sea, those who live here, white men and black men. Because he said in Masalikul Jinan, don't consider, my black skin as a signal of inferiority. You see? And so our mission, our role of this mission is, how can I, to behave as a good Muslims. firstly, to put our step on studying the science of knowledge, of Islamic knowledge, like jurisprudence, theology, something like this. Because the aim of Cheikh Bamba, when he founded Touba, was the three things: al-adabul mardi, wal-ilmun nafi', wal-amal salih. I have created Touba only, good behavior to bring up your physical, and so how can I say, education and salvation, work hard. And our role is also everywhere we can be in the world, not to feel inferior, not to feel complex, to feel that we are among the best people in the world, because as we are Muslims, and Cheikh Bamba has chosen in the Muslims when God said asib rabbikum qalu bala, when the Prophet said qalu bala, has chosen the Muslims, and Cheikh Bamba has chosen the Murids inside the Muslims.
Yeah, selected ones.
Yeah, selected ones. That's why we have to know that we're special.
We are the selected ones.
And first of all we are learning the Qasaid of Cheikh Bamba. And we know everybody that the Qasaid have a great impact on our soul, on our heart. If you learn the Qasaid, when somebody see you, say that you are in the right path. And that's why wherever we can be in the world, we have just to show that we are Murids, never be ashamed. As Cheikh Atujan, said, when they has created Hizbut-Tarqiyyah at the university, because at the time it was hard, but they have showed the identity of the Muridism over there. It's this way that we have to follow.
Identity, very important.
Yes,
Mashallah.
it's this way we have just to follow, to reflect our identity, to know that a Murid is a real Muslim. Because as I said just now in Masakul Jinan, Cheikh Bamba said, Idil Muridu la abada ghayrida rahman khaysu hasada. And he has warned us, has told us, we the youth of Murid, ya makhshar shubani, in khiftum qajal faqaddimu ta'alluma ala amal. All the youth of the Muslims, or the Murids, yes. If you want not be ashamed in your future, learn the science of Islamic before any actions. Because it is a shame, it's not normal that a Murid do any action of the religion, like prayers, like ablution, something like fasting, without knowing the rules of this action.
Mashallah, mashallah. We know Cheikh Bamba taught us a lot of things. He taught us to transcend our differences through the Hasidah Fusti. He taught us to avoid God's wrath. He taught us to avoid shortcuts to success. But what was his main way of teaching when he was alive with his companions? Not only through his writing, but were there any other way he used to teach the companions?
He used to teach.
Yes.
Let's remind annex. I can't say annex. Anecdote or
yes,
what?
Anecdote. Yes.
When Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba was very young, at the time of Lat-Jor, at the time of Samba Laobé have gave to Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba a horse like a present. The horse, he have earned this horse from street person. He have to give money, and he give this horse to Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba like a present. When Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba find that this street person, the Cheikh Samba Laobé have to give to them money. What he do with the horse he has given like a present? He sell the horse, and he gave the money that Samba Laobé have to give to this person, and he give them to back
through actions.
Through action, but also through her writing. When you are reading, or when you are praising, or when you are singing the Hasidah of Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, what you feel in your heart is so deep that you cannot do anything that is bad if it is right on you. That is righteous, but also there is hard works. When you see a Murid, he's at the street, he's working like someone who will be dead tomorrow.
That's what the Quran taught us. Yes.
Yes. He's walk
as if you will not die tomorrow, but worship God as if you will die tomorrow.
It is also another point.
What?
You see the Murids in the Magal, what they are doing, they are working hard. Yes. They are giving, but also they are giving. Give to someone who is hungry, or give also to someone who has other need if you have it in your pocket.
MashaAllah.
And they're coming from everywhere in the world.
Yes.
We are definitely really tackling the last part. I would like we talk a bit about the Grand Magal of Touba, how it is celebrated, what are the recommendations, how to celebrate it, how not to celebrate it, from the writing of Cheikh Bamba, what he taught us about the celebration of the Magal. I'm not sure we have enough time to do all that, but I'm going to give the floor to Musa for just a few words about what Cheikh Bamba taught us when it comes to the celebration of the Grand Magal, how to celebrate it and how not to celebrate it.
Thank you very much for this question. So first of all, I have just to mention this.
Okay, our last word.
Time is over.
All right, go ahead.
First of all, I have just to mention that this verse, like
go ahead.
خيط جمع السبت فثامن عشر بخير ما تعرف في شيء صار خدمة, the word خدمة, work, you know, work for the sake of God. The Magal is only things, giving food to the guest, learning the Holy Quran, reading the Holy Quran, reading Qasaid, worshipping God. It's only this.
MashaAllah.
Cheikh Bamba has ordered anyone to go through streets, stuff like this, maybe to do the world's light. No. He has ordered only to worship God, because this day of departure, that day of departure, 1895, mark, you know, our best day, mark, you know, the wonderful day, the day of victory.
MashaAllah. Yes. MashaAllah. Your last word.
I thank you.
I'm saying it's time, but anyway, go ahead.
I thank you and thank Pap Hassan Diouf also, who have brought me to here.
MashaAllah. Thank you.
And I'm giving a great thanks to my fathers, because my father was born like a Christian.
Really?
My father was born like a Christian.
MashaAllah.
If I'm today here, I would thank God, because my father has converted when he reached 11 years.
MashaAllah.
And I have to thank God for this opportunity.
Thank you very much for being on the show. My brother Musa talked about Touba, which is a very important topic, very fast and very fascinating, very exciting topic to talk about. Maybe we'll have a special show on Mabdul Fawzaini. And brother Musa, I'm sure you'll be willing to be here.
I'm free to join you everywhere.
Your last word.
Yeah, my last word is, I think also Mouridiyyah for allowing us to be here. And I thank you for inviting me too. And also I am greeting my Daara Majmuhun Nouraini from Mbour, Daara Khasaid, like Saint Salun Jai Khasaid. I'm greeting him, all the members, and I'm greeting all my friends.
Thank you very much. That was the last part of our show. We're thanking all our followers, and we're thanking people who made it to Touba for the celebration of the Grand Magal. We wish you to have a great and happy Magal. Don't forget to read the Quran, read the Hasidah, and doing zikr. This is part of the Magal, and this is also, don't forget to give food to the Njobian who join us also. Thank you very much for watching us. We wish a long and half life to our Khalif, Sheikh Muhammad Bakke. Thank you very much for watching. Jërëjëf Sëñ Touba.
Magalu jàmm ak kalpe bi gën a xéwale.
صلاة الذي في كل سهر وفي سفر هماني هلا ماهن ما الأبس والسفر صلاة الذي في كل سهر وفي سفر هماني هلا ماهن ما الأبس والسفر.
حميد من يصيمني من الدرر